boy Josh Quan Brathwaite. Currently recorded on multiple platforms, so you guys can go check out the YouTube, check out my Rumble, check out any of my social medias. This video should be posted on there. Today I want to go ahead and get into the topic about chemtrails. I want to get into the topic about some of the things that was described in Revelation. Not everything, but I'm going to bring it up today because I was kind of inspired through a recent conversation with one of my family members. Now, see, I come from a family where we were high, in Christianity faith, New King James Version of the Bible, all kinds of things, right? That's how I grew up. That's how I was conditioned. Well, during growing up, what I've done is my own research. I ended up researching Buddhism, Hinduism. I've researched the Art of Jehovah's Witnesses. I've researched a lot of different religions, etc. I've researched Muslims, how they live, what they believe in, why they believe in it. I researched almost every religion. So I know it's a bunch of them out here that's not really famous right now that I haven't researched, but majority of them, I've researched them, and majority of them have the same thing. It all amounts up to a higher power, okay? It all revolves around a heaven, and when it comes to Hinduism, that involves reincarnation, which, let's go ahead and nip it in the bud now, that is real, but it's levels to that truth, okay? Now, like I said, this video today is about chemtrails, and I was inspired to do this, like I said, through a recent conversation with one of my family members, which is also high in Christianity. A deacon could also be a pastor right now if they really wanted to and got their own church. So, I'm not knocking any beliefs. All I'm trying to do is spread awareness and spread the truth and awaken you guys' eyes. The main one, being that. Because once you can unlock that, even a little bit will awaken you to the surroundings until you can see the matrix that you're in, the dimension that you're in. Now, I was talking on the phone with my family member. I love my family member dearly. But they sometimes can have a biased perspective on things. They can have a closed-minded when it comes to certain things. So, we were just talking, and we were talking about how hot it was today. If anybody know, right now I'm on the East Coast up north, and today, for some reason, it was 96 degrees. We're just migrating out of the winter. So, we know in the Bible it says in the end times, you won't be able to know the season it is, you won't be able to tell the time, because basically days are going to be shooting by so fast, and you won't know the seasons because basically, like how it is now, we don't have a fall and a spring. We don't. I mean, I probably sneezed, one whole week since the weather changed. The spring didn't last 3 months like it normally did. Every season used to last 3 months. We have 12 months in a year. So 3, 6, 9, 12. 4 seasons. Fall, winter, spring, summer. Now it's like all we're getting is 6 months of winter, 6 months of summer. Okay? Which is explained in the Bible. Now, here comes the good part. It's starting to cook up now. We're cooking our gumbo. Now, I was explaining to my family member, well, I didn't get to explain to them because they cut me off. I'm going to tell y'all where I got cut off at. I said, well, the weather is getting to where it needs to be because, the chemtrails that started in the early 2000s. That was it. I immediately got cut off. I was told that human beings can't control the weather, only the Lord can, and stuff of that nature. So, I understand that belief, and I understand that is true. But when the Lord gave us free will, and the fact that we're made in His image, we come from Him, we have that God-like power as well. That's why we're able to be out in this world creating things like vehicles, creating solar power. Like, we're getting stuff to be able to transmit that energy. We're able to do a lot of stuff. We're able to have a whole internet working off of a platform and machinery that's been merged together and is now in our ocean. Not now, but it's been in there since the internet started. And the internet runs off the same coding as the universe. Look it up. But we're not going to go into that. That's a whole different video. We're getting back on the chemtrails. So, it's like, told us since the early 2000s that basically the chemtrails started to get formed and stuff of that nature because, you know, they break down certain layers in our atmosphere to make the rays come down in certain ways, hit certain ways. Well, that's what I wanted to get across to her. I wasn't going to go as deep as what I'm about to go with you guys. Now, it's a big plot because, like I said, it's levels, right? It's a big plot, and this plot is, you know, digging towards that. This is what's going on. They're heating up the earth. They've had this plan for years, and it's also in Revelations. You can check it out. They're heating up the earth because they're getting it prepared for other beings to walk the earth. I'm talking about other beings that aren't able to withstand cold temperatures. Beings that aren't able to withstand a harsh winter. That's what they're migrating us towards. They're migrating us towards the times of, in the old days, how it was a lot, always warm. So that they will be able to survive and create their own infrastructures up here. Now, when I say other beings, I'm talking about beings that the Bible explains. It says when the apocalypse and the end times come, it's going to be, it says that the earth is going to crack and all the beings from under the earth, all the beings that's in the oceans that we don't know about are going to reveal themselves. Look it up. And I mean, if you're already a person high in Christianity and you're watching this, you should already know the scripture I'm talking about. Now, when it comes to these beings that we're talking about here, this goes back, see, it's going to shoot from Revelation to Genesis. Now, because in Genesis, it quotes the sons of God had sex with the daughters of men. So basically, fallen angels came down here, which y'all should know by now, and they had sex with our women. Now, by them doing that, they created Nephilims, okay? Nephilims with the giants. That's where you get the story of David and Goliath. But their race was called Nephilims. They were giants. Basically, demigods, like Hercules. Half angel, half human. And that's where the flood came from, you know, with Noah's Ark. They don't tell a lot of people that, but we're not going to get into that. That's another story. But the flood was really to make sure that the Nephilims were wiped out, which all of them were not. We'll get into that on another video. But with that being said, I wanted to bring up the Nephilims because those weren't the only beings that were made from the fallen angels mixing with our race of human. Here's where the good part starts. Beings like mermaids, beings like sirens, beings like vampires, beings like werewolves, beings like greys, beings like Pleiadians, beings like reptilians. Okay? That's what we're on right now. Those are the type of things that are going to be coming from the depths and the cracks from under the earth. That are going to be coming from the ocean to reveal themselves when the time is right. And when the time is right is when this earth will be heated to a certain point where even when it's winter again, it'll be like 60 or 70 degrees. It will never get too cold. That's one level to it, okay? Do your research. You'll see that I have read about a lot of truth, okay? Another thing is, with heating the earth up, what's going to happen? Antarctica is already melting, but with melting comes other things to be revealed that we've never knew. Things that's been frozen for thousands of years. Okay? So with that being said, it's still, you see how it's levels now? Like, I'm still not even deep yet. I'm just giving y'all the tip of the iceberg. But it's, you see how it's all these levels off of this one topic of chemtrails. Heating the earth. Right? So, just want to wake you guys up a little bit. I got a lot more to talk about, but I don't want to scare y'all too quick. I want y'all to take this video. I want y'all to like it. I want y'all to comment what y'all think. I want y'all to comment if y'all have any questions, because I have a lot of knowledge that I would like to make you aware of. Now, I just want to go into a whole nother story, but it's good. I'm going to save it for another video. I appreciate y'all time, and think on it, and I'm going to end y'all with this. That's another part of the reason why Elon Musk is trying to get us to in that SpaceX program. Okay? Not only because something's supposed to be hitting the earth, but also because those other beings are going to show themselves. And when they show themselves, it's going to be called the apocalypse, hell on earth, like Revelation was explaining. When he said he was going to let the devil run around the earth. Yeah, and all his people. Vampires, werewolves, all of them. So, anybody out there thinking all that stuff was folklore, wake up, do your research. These beings are among us, these beings are in hiding. These beings have a pact with our world leaders until the time is right. Decode Revelation, decode the Bible. But to do that, you have to open your mind up and branch into figuring out your full spirituality. Figure out your spirituality versus being brainwashed over religion. Okay? Then you'll realize your true power, and you'll realize what the true definition of being made in his image is. Thank you.